Hello, I'm Phil Mollon, psychoanalyst, energy psychotherapist, and clinical psychologist. I'd like to tell you about my new book, The Physics of the Mind, New Perspectives for Psychotherapists, Healers, and Seekers. Now, for a long time, I felt that the psychological sciences need to be more grounded in physics, which, after all, is the fundamental science. I felt this even more so since, for the last 25 years, I've been immersed in the field of energy psychotherapy, which works at the interface of the mind, the body, and the subtle energy system. We find that this is much more effective than working solely with words. But also, working at this level allows us access to seemingly unusual features of mind and reality. What I've realized is that the principles of physics, including those of quantum mechanics and gravity, apply at every level of phenomena, including the mind. The unconscious mind and the dreams it produces are a quantum realm, impossible otherwise to understand. At the cosmic level, dense concentrations of matter warp space-time. This, of course, is Einstein's explanation of gravity. But at the level of what I call mind space, something similar happens. Dense concentrations of thought and emotion, such as may arise from severe trauma, will warp the path of consciousness, drawing it towards these constellations of trauma and creating great anxiety and threatening a state of being consumed by a psychic black hole with distortions of time and space analogous to those associated with black holes in the cosmos. In psychotherapy, the traumas of the past, of course, need to be addressed and their energy dispersed. But if there is too much focus on them, the density of trauma in the mind will actually increase. Dwelling on trauma increases its quasi-gravitational power. The person's state of mind will deteriorate, and this, of course, is a common danger in trauma-focused psychotherapy. There needs to be a balance also of focus on positive goals and choices and gratitude. We need therapies that increase the entropy of these pathologically ordered systems to disperse their quasi-mass in the psyche. And some approaches do this better than others. On the other hand, of course, there is a danger of too much entropy in the mind, too much disorder. There's a balance we need to look for. My book begins by describing the many forms of evidence for telepathy, precognition, and other seemingly anomalous phenomena. Instead of dismissing these as outside our scientific paradigms, we need to ask what they tell us about the mind and how our minds are not separate, how they connect us to a universal, a collective mind, and how many aspects of modern physics points towards the universe itself as being mind-like. One remarkable theory that can accommodate all these phenomena is that of the holographic anthropic multiverse developed by Richard Amoroso and Elizabeth Rorschach. Within this framework, we are all held within a higher dimensional realm called the unified field. Another important and profound perspective is provided by the astonishing work of the late William Tiller, an eminent professor of materials science at Stanford University, who discovered a higher realm of reality. Over many years, he conducted experiments exploring how meditative states of mind can have an effect on physical reality. He and other meditators would place an intention for a particular measurable effect, for example, on activity in a biochemical process. They place this intention, using intention, in a simple electronic circuit in a plastic box. And his experiments showed again and again that this intention imprinted device could be taken anywhere in the world and it would have the intended measurable effect. And it would also create other subtle changes in the physical environment. The normal laws of physics would change subtly. What does this mean for our view of mind and physical reality? The implications are far-reaching. The more we inquire, the more we can discern a deep intelligence, an organizing principle, at work at every level. We are part of a gigantic mind. We have access to higher dimensions and the unified field. This is not religion, it is physics, and it has many implications for how we conduct psychotherapy and how we live our lives.